You think that Ant-Man ever uses the Pym particles on his dingus to make it bigger? That's right, it's fucking story time! Told this story on live and so many people liked it, I decided to make a video. So this is the time somebody actually successfully pulled one over on me. Usually I'm pretty good at recognizing scams, but this one was a fucking doozy. Well, if you're just joining us, I used to work at a tire store. It was named after tires in some sort of addition. Had an older couple bring in a Santa Fe, said it needed tires. They said, we want the good tires, so I priced them out Bridgestone Dueler lenses. If you don't know what that is, fucking expensive tires. For the price of those tires, where the fuck are they coming from? Hamanoptera? They said they were paying for it, they were leaving the card in the glove box, and that a younger couple, their grandchildren, were going to come pick it up. I saw nothing wrong with this, we do this shit all the time. So I took the credit card and verified the ID of the owner, and they put it in the car. They signed the paperwork, I told them it was going to be a little bit before we got to it, and they left. About 45 minutes later, a younger couple shows up and says, hey, we're with the Santa Fe. I said, okay, we'll get it in as soon as I get an open bay. They said, can we check the car to see if my grandmother remembered to leave the card in the glove box? I said, sure, handed them the keys. They go into the car, come out a couple minutes later and said she forgot to leave the card in the glove box. I was like, that's okay, we can call her and get the credit card number. They said, she lives right up the road, we can go get it. We haven't done any work yet, so I handed them the keys and let them roll. We have no reason to keep the car. And again, this is pretty much following the story that I was told when they dropped it off. Until about 2.5 hours later, a woman shows up and says, where's my car? Keep in mind, our shop is closed, so she doesn't know it's not there. So that already puzzled me. I said, what car is yours? She said, the Santa Fe. I said, ma'am, you must be mistaken. We're waiting on that car to come back so we can put tires on it. She says, I'm the owner. And I didn't authorize any work to be done on my car. So I was like, well, we got a predicament. I explained exactly what happened to this woman. And she said, you idiots gave my car to somebody else who wasn't me? I said, ma'am, if you'd have bothered to drop your fucking car off in the first place, we wouldn't be here right now. So she called her grandparents, you know, the ones that dropped the car off. She explained the story that I told her, and they said no such thing. I was like, well, somebody's full of shit, and it's probably not the three of us that were standing here. So they called the cops, JSO came down and filed a report. I told them the story, and JSO said, yeah, that shit sounds like a fucking scam. We called up my district manager, and he agreed. He said, why did you give the keys to somebody else? I said, dude, we do that shit all the time. Have you forgotten what it's like to work in a fucking store? He said, no, you've got a point. It does kind of sound fishy. Well, either way, corporate ended up buying him a new car. I was sitting there racking my brain trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Then it hit me. They were probably behind on their payments and let us lose the car. That way it didn't impact their credit. But like I said, I got a million more of these. So like and follow for more story time!